Well, that's the temperature, and that's the time, and we're still in New York City. And you've seen how the auditorium is going, how it's filling up, and what the excitement is going to be tonight when we actually show you Iron Maiden live on stage in New York. But I just actually snuck out of there to alongside the Mayflower Hotel, which is just alongside, Central Park, which is on the Upper West Side of New York. And I'm here to do one specific thing, and that is have a chat with the members of the band before they actually go on stage and blind us all with rock and roll science. I'm Tommy Vance, this is the Mayflower, and you are now exclusively going to get to listen to the boys from Maiden talking about the resurgence, the reunion, the way that it is for them right now, just before they hit the stage. Come on, let's go talk to them. Wow, I would have to say that it looks like these guys already have a couple of bob in the old building society account. Step this way. There are times, when you must sit at home or somewhere on a bus, on a plane or wherever, on the toilet, who cares, and you must chuckle. You must have a quiet little chuckle going, man, what a journey this has been. All the way from like the East End of London to here. The X number of changes, the X number of hassles that you've been, like any band, have incurred over the years or been involved in. You must chuckle, because you've just made it work for you.
It's been amazing. I mean, we're still around doing it after all these years. I mean, it's like next year's the 25th anniversary of when we formed, so we must be doing something right, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I've been talking to some of the fans outside the theatre, and I tell you something, some of them weren't even born.
I know, that's scary. I know. We noticed that on the last couple of tours as well, even in Europe, like, I think probably the youngest audiences probably in Scandinavia, they're like 12, 13-year-olds, the ones at the front, and the audience gets older as it goes towards the back, but amazing, it's scary. I think everyone's getting worried that someone in the front row is going to go, Dad.
Whoops, here comes another lawsuit. I don't know if you're going to accept this, but I always see you as the rock of the band.
Well, I always try and play it down a little bit, I suppose, because, I always think it's a democratic band, and despite what some people might think. But I suppose because I formed the band and I do write a lot of material, and I suppose I'm the only original left, apart from, Davey was sort of there after a year at the start. People tend to sort of, draw conclusions, but, someone has to make decisions, I suppose, and the others tend to let me get on with it most of the time. They're quite happy to do that. Sometimes I wish I was like Davey and just sort of stand there with a smile on my face playing guitar. But I suppose really I wouldn't want that. I do like to be involved in stuff, and I think I wouldn't be able to stand it if I wasn't, probably.
It's a difficult thing to reconstitute the band, because it's not a revival, it's like a reconstitution, isn't it?
I think the general idea of it in the first place took a while. Personally, it took me a while to get my head round, because I wasn't sure which way it would go. But after having a meeting with Bruce, it was just totally positive, and I was really sure that it was the thing to do. But before that, I got to say, I wasn't sure at all. But then we'd seen each other in the office because we were still in the same management, but we hadn't really had a proper conversation for 5 years. So I thought, well, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows where his head's going to be at? And he's probably thinking the same about me. So, we had to go through that, and it was totally positive. So. One thing I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just going to be like a reunion for this year and then that's it. I wanted to make sure it's going to be another album and, and carrying on from there. And he was totally up for that, I think he's just really pleased to come back, so, and have the opportunity to come back, so, and we're pleased to have him back, so it works both ways. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
To be in Europe soon.